Wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up.
Good morning, Barbados, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, 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 morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, morning, Barbados, good morning. Good morning to you. Good morning, morning, Barbados, good morning.
Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Morning to you.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today. Today is Wednesday, December the 3rd, 2025, and I'm Pearson Bowen. Always wonderful having you company. Have you gotten up yet, or are you still in bed because it's still drizzling in your area of the woods? Wherever it is, enjoy the rain. I caution you, when it gets hot, you will see the other side of the story. So be thankful and be grateful, but be careful at the same time as well, because obviously when it rains, as it has been overnight and well into this morning as well, rising waters occur. And when water rises, you know what it could do. So just be careful as you travel, as you move around, and protect your property as well. So to all of you, thank you for joining us on our streams on Facebook, YouTube, and our website, cbc.bb, and share the show. That's all I ask of you every single day. Share the show. And as you talk among yourselves, talk to us as well. We love to see your comments and your reactions. Also, if you know of something or someone whose story you think we need to tell, then you need to tell us about it. And you can do so very simply by sending us an email with the details. The email address is on your screen. It is morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's the surest way to talk to us at the show. morninbarbados@cbc.bb. I know a number of you like to call and hope you get someone, but to get someone for sure, send that email. morninbarbados@cbc.bb. And as I speak with you, I can hear the showers descending on our roof. It sounds like music to these big old ears I have. I love it. I absolutely love it. So remember, be thankful. Be thankful today. There's a lot coming up today because I want to tell you a little bit about what's happening in Speightstown. As you know, I get so excited about Christmas and being in Speightstown for Christmas, and so there are a range of activities they're having. I shall tell you about, no, well, not me, the folks who are here with me will tell you about it in just a little while. Today is also the International Day of Persons with Disabilities, and so we want to turn the spotlight on a couple who are already benefiting from the services offered by the Albert Cecil Graham Development Center. We'll also today be introducing you to a man who finds ways using his disability to make a difference. We can't wait to talk to him as well about that. We'll also today be looking at the season of elections across the region. Our political analyst, Peter Wickham, will join us as we look back at and perhaps see what lessons are learned from the behavior in those completed general elections and what is portending for the future elections across the region as well. We'll continue to focus on the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence this morning, and we want to hear a little bit more about how the Women of Purpose Ministry is making a difference. And this morning, before we're done, we'll hear from the President and the Prime Minister. Guaranteed today, Wednesday. So let's get started by turning up and turning on some lights in Speightstown. I'm so looking forward to this, you cannot begin to imagine. And so joining me this morning as we not just simply get excited, but get ready to get involved is Mornin Ricebone, as you know, who is the president of the Barbados Association of Retired Persons. But she's also here in that other capacity as well. We're so happy to have her indeed. Morning, Marlene.
Good morning to you, Pearson, and good morning, Barbados.
Miss Boyd. Good to have you. And of course, as you remember, this is Jacqueline Gill, who is leading the parish organizing committee, St. Peter Parish Organizing Committee. Good to see you again.
Hi, good morning, Pearson.
Y'all done tired?
Yes, we are.
You have had a busy year. I mean, you're phenomenal gathering activities that you had in February.
Yes.
And now here you are in December doing so much more. I am excited simply because every Christmas I determine, and I've been doing this for years now, I shall do my shopping in Speightstown.
Good.
I do that every single year. Sorry for anyone else in Barbados, but that's where I go. There is something old world charm about Speightstown.
Heritage.
Yes.
That is sweet
Yes.
and different. But you also find sweet and different things in Speightstown from what you find elsewhere.
Yes, yes.
And I want to encourage all Barbadians this Christmas season to go down and explore, see for yourself. See and experience for yourself the benefits, the discounts, the range of options and everything, all in Spice Town. Talk to some vendors as well because we're happy to see you in the country.
Forget the prices.
He said that, the discounts.
The
prices are good. The prices
So we
are
light
good.
you up, Spice Town.
Yes.
For Christmas.
Yes.
What's going on?
Okay, so we decided that Spice Town needed a little bit of love. It needed some foot traffic. So we brought a program that would encourage people to come into Spice Town, shop, dine, relax, and just have a really good festive season. We partner with Mornin Barbados. This is a new hotel that's building over by Six Men's.
Yes, Port
And
Ferdinand area.
Port Ferdinand area, yes. So they partner with us and they give us some funding to light up the Esplanade. And then Koyman also give us some Christmas trees to put in the Esplanade. So we're going to be lighting up Spice Town, and we're lighting up Spice Town with bar for the first event. That was special to us.
Sweet.
Yes.
That's special, Marlene.
Very special.
They chose you.
You know, what we found exciting when we were approached by Jackie of the St. Peter Parish Organizing Committee was that we were going to Spice Town because this is our 30th anniversary. So we were going to Spice Town on the very date. So I said, Jackie, we could, get together and let's see if we could expand the offering to Spice Town. And the board of directors, we got very excited because there is so much power in partnerships. There are some people that say no, we will do our own thing. No. BARP values partnerships because then you're able to amplify your message. You reach wider audiences. And when Jackie told me about the lighting ceremony in Spice Town, I said, excellent. So she said she's going to have a young person turning the lights on. And I said, well, let's put a senior as well so that they to demonstrate that intergenerational mix. So compliments of Republic Bank, BARP is going to Spice Town with the Barbados Police Service Band because let me tell you something, Barbados, Christmas is not Christmas without the police band.
You are absolutely right.
correct.
Absolutely right. And I hope this senior who you've nominated is also from either the north or from Spice Town or
From
St.
the
Peter.
north.
Since
From the
she's
north.
a centenarian. Her
You're
name
sure?
is Eunice Haynes.
Oh, okay.
I think she currently lives in Colleton, but she's from Six Men's, and she is a centenarian.
Wonderful.
They selected the person.
Oh, good.
She's a centenarian. So we have a centenarian, and we
Because
also
we will
have.
not have it any other way, Jackie. Right.
And we would not have come down to and do anything different. We said, Jackie, your team, you select that person. We did not even say that person must be a BARP member. We just wanted to ensure that the person is from St. Peter and that the person is senior.
Right. So this is quite an intergenerational, using your term,
Yes.
activity on Saturday.
No.
Friday.
Friday?
December 5th.
December 5th.
Time is going so swiftly by.
Yes.
So this Friday is when we'll light up. What time does it start, Jack?
It starts at 5 p.m. with the Courage and Parry Steel Band.
Listen, last Saturday they were phenomenal. There was an activity at the school to honor 3
Yes.
past teachers.
Yes.
And they were brilliant.
Yes, so we have
they're part of it on Friday.
Marlon Legal directing, and we have the Courage and Parry Steel Band. We also have Frank Jilts, who he's going to be doing a poem. It was written by Vern Worrell. It's talking about old time Christmas. And we have, in addition to the steel band, to the police band, we also have Raquel Edwards. She's going to be performing for us her favorite songs. So we're doing it, lighting it up, Spice Town, and we're caroling at the same time.
So come enjoy all the Christmas favorites, really, to get the lights at Christmas, to have the smell of Christmas and the feel of Christmas in the air. And it's on Friday, beginning at 5. Come settle for 5. The Esplanade is huge.
Yes.
Yes.
You're blocking the road, or the road is still free
The
traffic?
road will still be open.
Okay, good.
Yes.
And while there, the police service band will be performing some of our Christmas classics and favorites. We get a
Yes.
chance to sing along.
Yes.
Because I know our
Yes.
seniors will not
Yes.
have it any other way, right?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
we must sing along.
We will sing along. We actually have a-
and get
yes.
the
Sing along
get rid of
sessions.
arthritis as well.
Yes.
Get a little jig
Yes.
as well
Yes.
because it's Christmas, and I'm very excited to come to Spice Town again because we went to Spice Town years ago, but there's a homey, villagey, quaint,
heritage.
you know, real, like an old time Barbados.
Yes.
Sweet, that's the
the
word.
word, sweet.
Spiced down sweet. It's
There's
going
a
to be a
beautiful
wonderful
charm to it. There's a beautiful feel when you step foot into Speightstown. It's so different from any other shopping center in
The
Barbados.
pace is a little slower.
Yeah.
You take your time and enjoy. But you also have in Speightstown now, and if you haven't been down there, folks, in a long time, there are lots of eating options.
coming to that.
A number of restaurants have opened up, Jackie.
Yes, a lot of them, and we're really happy because Local and Co. They have come on board just yesterday. They were excited
good.
when I went to them with the idea. They were very excited, and Ian McNeil said, "Yes, we have to come on board." So they've come on board and support us. And when we went through Speightstown, because we went through Speightstown telling the businesses what we're doing, they were so excited. The one lady was saying, "Is this going to happen?
Yes.
Is this really going to happen?" I said,
Because
"Yes,
it's not
gonna
just
happen."
words, right?
Yeah.
I said, "Yes, it's going to happen."
Yeah.
And they were very excited. All the shops, all the stores, they're very excited about
Nice,
what's happening
nice.
in Speightstown. I mean, because they're seeing it as commerce for them, because with the increased foot traffic, the people will be encouraged to go into the shops and stuff like that. We asked them to just extend the opening hours a
Good.
little, a little later to maximize on the businesses. And so we have that, and then
So Friday we're kicking
Friday
off.
we're kicking off.
turning on the lights.
Yes.
We're lighting up Speightstown for Christmas from Friday.
Yes,
And
in
then
collaboration with
with Barb, of course,
Barb,
of course.
and Barb, our theme is bringing it home with Barb.
Oh, nice.
So we still hold to that theme.
Yes.
Bringing it home with Barb, and can I slip in here something?
Sure.
Tonight, weather permitting, bringing it home with Barb. The first segment would start at Hastings Rocks this evening at 6, and then we travel. We all go down to Speightstown on Friday, and then we bringing it home with Barb ends in Golden Square on the 12th.
Okay.
And one of our feature, in addition to the Barbados Police Service Band, we're going to have the St. Cyprian's Boys Choir.
Well, we're keeping our fingers crossed. One day they'll have the Barclays Singers, but that's another story for another time.
It is true. We want this.
Another story for another time. And so, yes, yours, but the lighting up for Christmas in Speightstown continues for the entire month of December, Jackie.
yes.
It's only starting on Friday.
It's starting
But what
Friday.
happens after?
Okay, on the 12th, we have...
The following weekend.
The following weekend. This is a Friday as well. We have Caroling, and we have... we've invited the schools in the north to participate. So we have, on the 12th, we have the Alexandra School. We have Roland Edwards, Gordon Greenwich, and... Elliot Belgrave.
Right.
And we also have Notes of Praise. So we have some community groups as well, which will be on the 12th and also on the 20th.
Nice.
So yeah. So
Yeah, and while the
Nice.
Esplanade is a focal point, you explore Speightstown. Don't
Yes.
stick at the Esplanade alone. You know,
No.
come enough time with enough time that you can walk through, go into the stores and the supermarkets and get what you want and eat what you want as well, and then settle in the Esplanade as well. So that's important.
Yes.
But you also have your Christmas market and artisan fair
yes, we've
on
invited
each of those Fridays.
on each of those Fridays. Friday and Saturdays, we've invited some vendors to come in the Esplanade, set up, and they'll be selling a lot of local things like foods as well as gifts, things that we made.
Yes.
Use as gifts for Christmas. So we have, I think when I was with Colin, where she told me she's going to be doing some conkeys, and yes,
That's my word, girl.
Yes.
You love it.
yes,
With
and I think she also
I
do some.
hear.
I think she has this little thing she call it conky ram or something. She have
Okay.
some special. I saw she sent me the flyer with this thing, and then we probably have a little bit of black cake and things like that, packaged out. So we're having really nice stuff in Speightstown.
I'm telling you, it is going to be a hive of activity
Yes.
all Christmas season, right down to actually, it ends with a big street party. But I'll get there shortly. Promise you. So shopping, enjoying, caroling, bring the children down, engage with the vendors, engage
yes.
with all the commerce, eat in Speightstown because there are different menu options available for you at all of the restaurants, and there's several
Yes,
as well.
Yes, we have the children's holiday activities where we have a Santa Claus. Yes.
When is Santa Claus coming to Speightstown?
He is on the 20th at the Speightstown Branch Library for the
Okay.
children, and they're going to do storytelling,
Nice.
and we have a couple, little gifts and stuff like that to give to the
You should have
children.
the seniors as a part of that too. Because by then, Marlene, bring Christmas will be finished.
Yeah, because all our yeah, we could join you.
Yes, we would love that. We would love that. We would love that.
To have some of those reminiscing moments,
Yeah.
to talk of
And
Christmas
sit with the
past.
children and talk
Yes,
about
because-
Christmas,
yeah.
or old-time Christmas and English chapels and things that they
Yes, yes.
figure that
don't
is
know
no big.
about.
They don't know about.
yes,
But
yes.
I would like to. We would like welcome the opportunity to
Yes.
sit with the children in the library.
Yes.
And answer questions and talk about old-time Christmas.
Yeah, and for that, St. Nicholas Abbey have graciously given us some little passes for the children to come to St. Nicholas
Sweet.
Abbey to do some tours.
Nice,
Yes,
nice,
yes,
nice.
yes.
Very good.
Yep.
You also
Working
having a
hard.
charity drive.
Yes, where we place bins at different stores in Spacetown, and people, when they shop, they can just drop something, purchase something extra, drop in the bin, and then we'll create some hampers and give to people who are not so
For
fortunate
needy.
during this time.
And that's happening all season long, all day
Yes.
long of every the month of
Yes.
December?
Yes.
Very good, very good. And then y'all, folks, listen, because as the month ends and the new year begins,
Yes, we have All Year's Night, I think, fete in Spacetown.
It's a big, big celebration.
It's a big celebration.
In the street party?
It's a street party. It's, yeah. It is
See,
on the bridge.
right
On the
on the
bridge.
street.
It was on the bridge. On the bridge.
On the-
And
okay.
we're partnering with Fisherman's Pub for that one.
nice.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So we reach out to a lot of, as I said, the businesses in Spacetown, and they're really excited about this.
Yeah, that's
so
good.
they're partner. Fisherman's Pub is partnering with
bridge.
us. Yes,
On the bridge.
that is a different experience.
Yeah.
Water on either side of you. You're
Yes.
going to party your life away on Gold Year's night, welcome the dawn of the new year and the
Yes.
new
On the
day.
bridge.
And
On the bridge.
with all of that, that's beautiful.
Yes.
It's a big open space. I love the bridge as a little, because, you know, I'm a North boy.
Yes.
And so I remember as I'm going to school at Lecox,
Oh, you know-
I used to be
you know-
so scared. Yes.
Yeah.
I used to be so scared
You
to
walk across the bridge.
Yeah.
But now the bridge is nothing to me.
Yes.
But you know,
Exactly.
it's because of the old world charm and the sentimentality and all of that. Imagine yourself on December 31st, folks, ending the year in style on the bridge right there in Spice, so just by the Fisherman's Pub, and partying the night away and
Yes.
waiting for the new day and the
Yes.
new dawn of another year. And so it's going to be brilliant on December the 31st. And this is
good.
all part of how Spikestown is really lighting up for Christmas, and not lighting up not just with the physical lights alone, but turning on the spirit,
Spirit of
and the
Christmas.
Unity.
charm of,
Christmas.
yeah,
Yes.
of the whole thing.
Yes.
There's St. Peter's Parish Church, there's Spikestown Methodist Church, there's so many churches in the area that you can also come to worship
Yes.
while you're lighting up for Christmas, and then on the outside you have another kind of spirit.
Yeah. It's
Yes,
true.
yes,
It's true.
yes.
I like
So
it.
it's all. It starts this Friday with the lighting up, and then every Friday and Saturday, and perhaps on some Sundays as well.
It's Fridays and Saturdays only.
Fridays and Saturdays, every weekend thereafter, activity galore. But all day long of every single day, there are also other kinds of commercial activities happening in Spikestown. I really want you to go down and explore for yourself, see it now. I guarantee you're going to have a really, really good shopping experience in Spikestown.
Yes.
The people are friendly. The products are wide and varied. The prices are fantastic. And those are just 3 Ps so far.
Yeah.
But when you come, you enjoy the personality of that old world charm with Spikestown. There's ample parking. There's a bus stand if you don't have to drive, and you take the bus and you just walk through Spikestown. And that's the whole point. You have all the eateries, all the different options, whether it's fast food, slow food, whatever it is. All of those are there. The churches, the schools, everyone is getting involved for Christmas. And that's happening in one location, Spikestown, in the north of the island. So St. Andrew, St. Joseph, all of you, St. Lucy, come to Spikestown.
Spikestown.
I mean, they already do.
Yes.
They already do this, Martin. Actually, there are people who travel
From Christchurch.
To Spacetown.
St.
Yes.
Philip as well, who come down
to shop in Spikestown. Yes, that's true. And recently, my good friend Angela Edwards from Eddie's.
Yes.
Yes.
Whenever I had lunch recently at Local and Co, so whenever she would call, says, "Girl, what are you doing? Come down and have lunch." And I was telling her the other day, "Well, why don't you come to the south?" She said, "No, ma, all the action
She
down
was
here."
like,
St.
"No,
Peter."
exactly.
So
That's
we
the
just
truth,
go to
yes.
different locations and have
Yes,
lunch.
yes,
You know,
because
so
yeah, they have-
I
they have
really
lots of- they have
get to
locations.
taste the flavor of St. Peter.
Yes.
And as I said, Barb, we are very excited to join with the St. Peter Organizing Committee to bring that old-time feeling, that fuzzy feeling. And of course, we view it as a family event as well, to bring back that old-time Christmas in Spikestown. So we are happy to be partnering with
Yes.
the St. Peter.
We're happy to work
Yes,
with you.
yes.
Listen, if we've said too much too fast, it's all right. Just show up.
Yeah.
Whenever you show up, there's something going on
It's true.
that you will enjoy for sure. But for sure, Friday, get there for 5 because the lights will be turning on. Once the sun sets, the beauty comes alive right there in Spitestone, in the Esplanade area, with the whole artisan fair, all sorts of celebrations going on indeed. Explore, because all of the shops and stores are promising they'll extend their opening hours so that they can accommodate you. So don't miss that opportunity, folks. Don't miss that opportunity. Don't just come for the celebration, also come for the shopping. The shopping, which you will find to be phenomenal when you get to Spitestone indeed. So I want to encourage all of you everywhere, old, young, in between, able or not, turn up to Spitestone this Christmas season. There's something waiting for you. Thank you so much, folks.
And I'd just like to say again, all BART members, there are 22,300 of us. Let's make our way down to Spitestone. This is your president saying to you, meet me in Spitestone on Friday, December 5th.
Love it. Jackie, thank you as well.
You're
You and the
welcome.
team.
Yes.
Folks, go online, look for the poster. We shared it with you earlier. Can we share it one more time? That's what it looks like. You get a sense of the dates and the activities, the locations, the everything, and then you come down and enjoy everything that we are telling you about this morning as Spitestone lights up for Christmas. Morning Barbados is back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons, which will surprise many, is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil. Yet that rule is coming to an end, and what a difference that will make.
Every Sunday at 9 a.m. on CBC TV 8, tune in for Tomorrow's World, sponsored by the Living Church of God.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
Take CBC everywhere you go. Just one click to www.cbc.bb and you can watch TV8 live or listen to your favorite radio station. Enjoy the energy of 98.1 FM, quality talk and music on Q100.7 FM, and the great vibes of 94.7 FM. Go now to cbc.bb. Log on, stay on, be informed, and be entertained.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you.
Good morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
We're 28 minutes after 6 o'clock now as we reach over to the Barbados Meteorological Services. You do recall we've been having rain and persistent rain since yesterday evening, right through still into today. And so senior meteorologist Samelka Jackman joins us now to give us a sense of understanding as what's happening and an update. Samelka, good morning to you.
Hey, good morning, Pearson, and good morning to Barbados.
What can you tell us?
So as you said, we've definitely been having that continuous rainfall from yesterday. We actually saw rainfall totals of 5 inches across the island. So Christchurch, sections of St. Michael and St. George would have received the heaviest rainfall But across the entire island, we did see those showers activity. So we had a flash flood warning in effect for Barbados overnight. And we have started to see a decrease in the intensity in relation to the rainfall just before daybreak. But because the ground is so saturated right now, and we still have that potential for showers into today, we have issued a flood watch for Barbados for today, meaning that there is that potential for flooding. We are expecting light and in some cases maybe moderate showers throughout the day today.
And given the saturation already, you anticipate, given the projection for more rain, that rising waters will occur. And so we want people to be watching to see how the water levels change around them, to be a whole lot more careful.
Yes, definitely. I would mention
Go ahead.
is that this rainfall, because it's continuous, what we are seeing is that increase in water levels. So when you go out this morning, you'll see water on the road, on the side of the roads, in ponds. Those water bodies will continue to rise. So it's more of a gradual increase opposed of that quick onset in relation to flooding.
Mm-hmm. Can you give us a sense of really what's going on? What caused all of this in the first place?
Right. So there is a trough system affecting the island, and the upper levels are very favorable for this kind of activity. Normally when we have those kind of upper level troughs, the activity lasts for a longer period. So instead of having that just 6 hours of rainfall, you have the rainfall for a longer period, which will give us that 24 to 36 hours of shower activity.
Based on your radar information, when can we expect a break in the showers?
Okay, so radar will tell us what's happening right now. Mm-hmm. But when we look with kind of forecast into the future, we see the showers today. There's going to be a gradual improvement tonight, but it will still continue to have that lingering wet conditions into early tomorrow. Before then, we have an improvement.
Okay. So we still have quite a number of hours with these overcast, wet conditions. That's good information to have. Is there anything else you'd like to share with us so that we're careful today?
Yeah, so there's one more thing that I want to share. We do also have a small craft advisory out for the island. It is still a little early, so we expect that onset of those choppy conditions to actually start tomorrow on Thursday. But definitely pay attention to the seas as well.
Indeed so. So to our mariners, be careful too. And so remember, folks, there is a flood watch. It's a watch, it's not a warning, that's on as issued by the Barbados Meteorological Services, given the weather conditions that prevail at the moment and that we're experiencing as well. And so there's a potential for some degree of rising water and flooding. Be very careful on our roads as well as you travel. Acting Deputy Director, thank you so very much, Samelka Jackman, for joining us and sharing with us this information as we are prepared better now by it. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Morning Barbados is back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Afar segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources. He'll give you the people. Not only will he equip you with ideas, but he will equip you with favor, as he did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
26 minutes now to 7 o'clock as we turn our attention to the political season within the region. Election season has been going. We had Trinidad and Tobago, St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and St. Lucia. And now joining us is political analyst Peter Wickham from St. Lucia, who can shed some light as to what's been going on, what's he tracking, what is he seeing now. So to you, Peter, good morning.
Hey, morning, person. Good to be with you. And happy morning. Rainy in Barbados, rainy in St. Lucia is not a good day, but you know.
Depends on your perspective. I like the rain, so that's just a different perspective. You are in St. Lucia because you were there as part of the wrapping up their general elections. Based on the outcome, what is your reading of the sentiment of the people in St. Lucia?
Yeah, I mean, people in St. Lucia are reasonably happy with the government that they have and reasonably concerned about the government they could have under Alan Chastity. I think that we've seen a lingering or carrying over of the dissatisfaction with the Chastity administration and a happiness or satisfaction with the leadership of Prime Minister J. Pierre. And it's interesting. I mean, as you talk to people on the ground, you know, they convey a sense that this government has focused on personal issues, increasing pensions, you know, dealing with education. That's been a huge impact. You know, improvements in terms of the availability of education for challenged children, as well as you know, regular kids who are being given assistance with fees for paying exams and things of that nature. Little things that have mean a lot to people. I think that's a difference. While the previous administration focused heavily on infrastructure. So that's the kind of conversation that they've been having. But, you know, people are happy. I mean, St. Lucia has changed the governments every 5 years since the turn of the century. They have now kept the government for 2 terms, which is historic in the context of St. Lucia. And you have a situation mirrored only once before in 1997, where the opposition had a single seat, which is Miku South, the seat of the leader. Similar to what happened in 1997 before. So the Labour Party here is on a high, and I think that people are reasonably happy with what they have in terms of governance.
And so we have a case now too in Parliament where there are two independents and just one member of the opposition. How do we deal with that as to who will become the opposition leader? Yeah, but the independents are not really independent. I mean, they're independent members of the Labour Party for all intents and purposes. There's a fascinating perspective on independence. There's one in Antigua now who crossed the floor, and he sits as an independent member of the Antigua Labour Party. He sits in cabinet. Similarly, both Fredericks and the former Prime Minister Stephenson King sit in cabinet currently, and I expect will return to cabinet, you know, as ministers. One was in housing and the other one was in infrastructure. So they're not really independent. They will be part of the government. But it seems as though people are happy to continue with this, you know, kind of fiction where what you see is not really what you see kind of thing. You know, Stephenson King was UWP for many years. He led the UWP. He was Prime Minister. Now he sits with he caucuses with the Labour Party, and the same is the case for Fredericks. Fredericks ran as an independent previously and won, but caucused with the WP. Now he's caucusing with the Labour Party. That's St. Lucia. I want to look now at St. Vincent for just a moment, because I'm looking within the context of Labour parties and the other philosophies. In St. Vincent and the Grenadines, that Labour Party was swept out of power, and in came the New Democratic Party. Give me your take on the elections in St. Vincent before we go into another age of this discussion. Yeah, I mean, they're two completely different. You know, people were anxious to come to grips, pass judgment on the St. Vincent and the Grenadines election. You know, the argument that it was a wave of anti-Labour sentiment across the region, and that, you know, Trinidad and Tobago and this cold yellow nonsense was that. All of that is complete rubbish. The reality is that the Unity Labour Party in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, led by Ralph Gonzalez,
easily the most successful political force that we have known in the Caribbean. I would say ever, quite frankly. They won 5 consecutive elections. He is easily the most successful Caribbean leader that we've ever had. And the transformative nature of his administration is unquestioned. Having said that, however, it was an administration that was in for 25 years, that's quarter of a century. The reality is that it was same. So the intensity of the defeat is linked less to the anger and frustration with the party and more with the reality that if you look at the way that the seat count had declined over years in terms of their percentages and the bunching of seats within a percentage point or two of one another in terms of party support, it was obvious that once one of them fell, it would be like a pack of cards. The only person that remained is the Prime Minister, because the Prime Minister had close to 80% support in the constituency. All of the others had a majority in terms of percentage of, sometimes 1 or 2%. In one instance, there was a guy that had a majority of 1 seat. So it was pretty obvious that that would have been the case. We have now learned that we need to distinguish elections one from the other. And instead of concluding that a change in St. Vincent would have meant a change in St. Lucia and would mean a change in Dominica, would mean a change in Barbados, we have to understand the peculiar circumstances. And I think the one here is that we have to look at Labour's success over the last quarter of a century as distinct from Labour failure last week, Tuesday, even though the failure appeared to be pretty significant.
Leadership. Elections are also about leadership. In St. Vincent and the Grenadines, you had a leader who was there for 25 years and another one who was literally in the wilderness for the same duration, who now has an opportunity. In St. Lucia, we had one who was in for 1 term who was able to be repeated, but another one who was already tested. Give me a sense of what that means as it relates to elections in the region, the whole question of leadership.
Yeah, this is another one of these interesting and complex dynamics. I think leadership is always best measured at the end. So I think that we can look back over the 25 years of Gonzal's leadership now and assess it properly. Clearly, we are leader-oriented people, and I've always said this in politics. People vote first leader, second party, and third representative. So the leader is always the biggest factor, and one could argue that the leadership of Gonzalez propelled it to victory 25 years. 5 terms. In terms of St. Lucia, I would say that leadership is also a huge factor. The comparative styles of Jean-Pierre and Chastanet could not be more different. Chastanet has a very, very strong personality. He is a leader who is very much in your face. He says a lot of things which, kind of piss people off sometimes. The other thing that Chastanet has is that he doesn't come over as being very St. Lucian. Not only in terms of how he speaks and stuff like that, he doesn't speak Creole. Jean-Pierre, on the other hand, is, there's a St. Lucianness about it which is profound. And I think that people have bought into that heavily, and I think that that's fairly interesting. Gonzalez and the others and so on are somewhat different in the sense that we can make these kinds of comparisons and the contrasts. But I would say here in St. Lucia, that's been the profound difference. In terms of coming back, Kenny Anthony did it, he lost and he came back. John Compton did it, he lost and he came back. Many people said to me that they were not sure why Chastanet felt that he was of the Anthony or Compton gravity, the gravitas, that he could come back again after having beaten before so soundly. The reality is that he wasn't, because the other 2 personalities, one FLP and one UWP, were pretty outstanding and historic in terms of the length of time that they served. So his challenge is that he is now being cast like Stevenson King, a leader who was in served 1 term. Well, Stevenson King didn't get to the end of the term, government collapsed. But having done that, then he returns and attempts to take charge. And it isn't working out. And Pierre is a likable sort, very much a likable sort. He appears to be an ordinary guy, like every other St. Lucian. He goes about his business in a very easygoing way, no airs and graces whatsoever. And then, as I said, he's dealing with, simple bits and pieces, fundamental issues. One lady said to me yesterday that, the government covered the cost of her children's CXC fees this year, which is the first time that that's ever happened. And she said, that meant so much to me because you educate my children and, you got a friend for life. This is the kind of thing that he's been doing. So I think that speaks a lot to what people have voted for. And as I said, the contrast between, on the one hand, a leader who doesn't appear to be one of us versus a leader who appears to be one of us. That seems to be a significant factor in terms of the elections here.
Was age a factor? J. Pierre is 71. Godwin Friday is in his 60s. And so talk to me a little bit about whether or not that was, from your reading, a part of the national discussion in either election, age of the leadership.
Yeah, I mean, the age issue is one that we've also discussed in Barbados, and there's this whole question of a sell-by date, where a leader ages and, have reached a sell-by date. I am somewhat agnostic in terms of this age issue, in the sense that I am not so sure that it is chronological age always. The reality of the situation is that even though Rob Gonzalez is almost 80 years old, he was 75 when he beat Godwin Friday the last time. He wasn't a young person then either. So this is one of the realities that we have to take into consideration, that age always has to be put in some kind of perspective, because it's not just the chronological age, but also the extent to which the person has been exposed to politics. And we've had leaders who've come to politics late in life. You look at Roosevelt Skerritt. He came to politics when he was 27. Well, he came to politics when he was 25. He was prime minister when he was 27. He's in the Guinness Book of Records as being the youngest ever elected head of state. He's had 4 terms and he only just turned 50. He's young, but at the same time, there are people in Dominica who are saying that they're similarly exhausted because he's been at the crease battling for a very, very long time. So we have to mix chronological age with also time served. And I think in the Gonzalez case, it was less about the chronological age because he was a fairly energetic guy. And his mental acuity, there was no question about it. But the challenge was that he was there for a long time. And in this instance, in St. Lucia, Pierre and Chastity have been knocking around politics for a while. I think that they're almost the same age, quite frankly. I mean, both individuals look quite good for their age. And I think that they competed fairly evenly in the age domain. But it's interesting in Dominica when you see the contrast, because invariably everyone who competes against Skerritt is older than him. And he's laid waste to so many older people over the years. But the reality is that you're still going to have to attack him, not so much on age, but on time served, because he's been there for a very, very long time. He's now the Dean of Prime Ministers. He's now the longest serving in the Caribbean at this point in time, now that he's no longer as a Prime Minister.
So on the matter of age, there's also Dickon Mitchell in Grenada, because I see Grenada also posturing for a general election as well, by the kind of political activity that's ongoing there. One who has served Skerritt in Dominica for longer than Dickon Mitchell, both relatively still young in look and everything else and abilities. Talk to me about what you see to be the potential for the young Dickon Mitchell in Grenada against some of the older heads of the other parties.
Dickon Mitchell is a fascinating character in the sense that he's not only young, but he's young to politics. A year before he was Prime Minister, Dickon Mitchell was not even a member of a political party.
Yes.
A year before he was Prime Minister, I think he was president of the Bar Association once or twice. He belonged to a church group or something, but he had no political background or experience whatsoever. And he beat the most experienced politician in the Caribbean, or one of the most experienced politicians in the Caribbean, that had a success and a track record that was phenomenal. It was a huge surprise to even him, contrary to popular belief. He saw his thing as a long game, and he ended up in the short game. Having said that, and as he's junior in years, he's certainly junior to me. I believe he's in his 40s. And he is also junior to politics. But he's done well. And I'll be the first to say that he has surprised and impressed me. Dickon Mitchell handled this issue with the radar, which has now been installed in Trinidad and Tobago. He handled it quite well and masterfully, and he seemed inclined to take advice. He's not due for an election yet, but the feeling is that he might want to go early, bearing in mind the success that some of his colleagues have had around the region, certainly here in St. Lucia. The feeling is that he may want to go early. And there's also a bit of upheaval in Grenada where the NNP has not settled down. Keith Mitchell, who he ran against before, has given up leadership. There's a new leader in the NNP. She does not appear to have the level of sizzle that Keith Mitchell had. And Keith Mitchell is waiting in the wings, and the feeling is that Keith Mitchell will try to take over again, which will, upend the entire thing. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. But for now, he is competing against Emlyn Pierre, who is more experienced in politics and who is older than him. But it doesn't have the level of appeal or personal attraction that he has. Dick Mitchell does job where you cover yourself in oil and go down the streets of St. George's half naked. People like that type of thing. I don't see Emlyn Pierre doing it. I also don't see Keith Mitchell doing it anymore. And I'm not saying that the election is going to be about job, but I'm just saying that there's a cool factor, but there's also a factor where he has impressed people. Expectations were very, very low. He's impressed people significantly in terms of his handling of the affairs. And it's entirely possible that he will do well against, some of the more experienced, like Emlyn Pierre. Some slightly older people.
He's certainly learned how to use social media for sure in very sassy ways indeed. Peter, I wish we could talk some more, but time is against us, so I have to leave it right here. But as you sip your tea, sitting on your balcony, overlooking a stunning view behind you, I wish you well. Thank you so much for sharing your insight with us. Pardon me?
Yes. I said Castri's on his best.
Indeed. Thank you so very much indeed. Political analyst Peter Wickham joining us from Castri's St. Lucia as we looked back at elections had already in the Caribbean with a view forward as to what we see are certain trends as we monitor what's happening in CARICOM. We'll take a break here. We're coming back with more on Morning Barbados.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Take CBC everywhere you go. Just one click to www.cbc.bb and you can watch TV8 live or listen to your favorite radio station. Enjoy the energy of 98.1 FM, quality talk and music on Q100.7 FM, and the great vibes of 94.7 FM. Go now to cbc.bb. Log on, stay on, be informed, and be entertained.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. And together we will travel the world.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Now, today is the International Day of People with Disabilities with the theme Fostering Disability Inclusive Societies for Advancing Social Progress. A lot of work is being done at the Albert Cecil Graham Development Centre in Barbados, out of which I have developed a couple interesting stories. Here's now is a story of a young man who is disabled, but who represents Barbados Council for the Disabled. He talks briefly about his life and his focus on being able rather than disabled.
My disability is called spina bifida, which is a birth defect that affects the spine at birth. And also I have 2% hydrocephalus, which is called water or fluid on the brain. It affected me in a way that it gave me the opportunity that I can advocate for persons with disabilities and also contribute to society in a meaningful way. The negative aspect of it, there's the challenges within the built environment, having challenges with transport, and there's also education. Because as we know, as persons living with disabilities, the schools were not fully equipped for us. I would say the Albert Cecil Graham Development Center helped to build my confidence as a young person with a disability, which allowed me to grow to the person I am today. there were a bit of challenges. I was kept back twice, but on the second time, my mom, who was one of my biggest supporters, she pushed ahead for me to get forward into the mainstream. The advice that I would give to parents of children with disabilities is to be their support system. Because within the disabled community, that is something that is one of our biggest challenges. Having support, it takes us a long way. It helps us to develop and become stronger individuals. The advice that I would give to my fellow peers or persons with disabilities in Barbados: focus on what you can do and not what you cannot do. For example, like myself, I've always thought that I wouldn't be able to work. I've had the opportunity to work, I've went to school, I've traveled all over the world to represent Barbados in various aspects of life. And I believe once you have that willpower, you can do it. Barbadians are seeing persons with disabilities a lot more on the outside, and they welcome us in spaces that we weren't welcoming before. There's opportunities where we've been able to sit at tables and give our contribution where we weren't able to do before, and that is a plus for us. And being able to just move around freely in Barbados, for sure. Yeah.
In his own voice, that's para-athlete Christopher Gills. Now we hear from a mother, Patricia Ford Brewster, who has a disabled child born with cerebral palsy and a student at the Children Development Center, now the Albert Cecil Graham Development Center. And in recognition of this day, she talks to this mother briefly about her journey as the parent of her disabled child, who is now in her 50s, and how the center has helped her and her daughter to cope.
Right now, to a certain extent, you're hearing a lot about the disabled and things like that. Once before, everything they put on the back burner. When I got pregnant, I fell down. So I went to the hospital and to check, and things was okay at the time. But at birth, I had a bad delivery. Right, so the doctor said to me, something is wrong. And I start to like cry and things like that there. But then I said to God, if this child is disabled, it is my child, right? And I would try to my best ability. And that's what I did. We sit down and read together, and she liked to read the newspaper. She liked traveling, going out, and going to church, because she tell you straight that she's a Anglican and she belongs to St. George Parish Church. They're the same human beings as other persons, but only thing they might be a little different and things like that there. Don't give up. Keep on pushing and praying. That is the advice that I would give them. Because without God, our Heavenly Father, you can't do nothing without Him.
I want to say something.
Go ahead.
The glasses look good.
Yes, they look good. I tell you so much. You look sweet. You look nice.
Say thank you.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Bless her heart indeed. Now, the Albert Cecil Graham Development Center is calling on all of us as Barbadians to actively participate in fostering disability-inclusive societies for advancing in progress, this year's powerful theme. Now, since 1981, the center has been Barbados' leading assessment and treatment facility for children with developmental and other disabilities, and through multidisciplinary services including physiotherapy, occupational therapy, speech and language therapy, psychological services and specialized education programs, the center has transformed countless lives, demonstrating that with proper support and inclusive opportunities, every child can reach their fullest potential. The center serves children presenting with developmental delays, autism spectrum disorder, cerebral palsy, learning disabilities, and various other conditions. There are 45 children receiving comprehensive support through the care, education, and workshop units, while hundreds more access assessment and therapeutic services annually. If you need to know more, call the center on 536-3361 or 536-3362. We're taking a break. We're back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Take CBC everywhere you go. Just one click to www.cbc.bb and you can watch TV8 live or listen to your favorite radio station. Enjoy the energy of 98.1 FM, quality talk and music on Q100.7 FM, and the great vibes of 94.7 FM. Go now to cbc.bb. Log on, stay on, be informed, and be entertained.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories at
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
The Mornin Barbados News is brought to you by Jordan Supermarkets Spend and Eat 2025 competition.
A look at the news now. Barbados' push towards education transformation took another major step forward with the launch of self-directed learning modules at Erdison Teachers Training College. The initiative is a collaboration with the Commonwealth of Learning. Deanza Roberts attended that launch. She filed this report.
The Self-Directed Learning Modules initiative is designed to modernize teacher development using blended learning, digital platforms, and artificial intelligence. Chairperson of the Board of Management, Dr. Sylvia Henry, says the launch reflects the country's evolving approach to education.
Historically, teaching relied heavily on direct instruction and rote learning. But today, our educators are expected to engage students through student-centered learning, differentiated instruction, and we know all the words, play-based, project-based learning, as well as other collaborative and active learning strategies.
She stressed that while technology is reshaping how learning takes place, success will depend on educators embracing a growth mindset as they use the modules.
Today's educators cannot succeed with a mindset rooted in the past. Our teachers cannot exist or expect to achieve successful results in today's classroom with a mindset of yesterday. Erdison Teachers Training College has added this suite of self-directed modules with AI tools to support your professional growth and development.
Principal Dr. Colin Cumberbatch also welcomed the initiative, emphasizing its flexibility for working teachers.
Now, teachers often have full workloads, and traditional workshops may not fit into their time schedules. Having access to self-directed learning modules would allow them to pace themselves and undertake these activities at whatever time is best suited for them.
Dr. Betty Orange represented the Commonwealth of Learning. Speaking virtually, she praised the college for launching 5 targeted modules for teacher development. With education systems worldwide shifting towards digital learning, today's launch positions Erdison at the forefront of teacher training innovation in Barbados. Deanza Roberts, CBC News.
Government is partnering with the Barbados Renewable Energy Association to offer structured internships and apprenticeships for at-risk young people. This includes young women in science, technology, engineering and mathematics. Minister of Labour, Social Security and the Third Sector, Colin Jordan, says the main purpose of the partnership is to facilitate transitions. He says the partnership is a significant move that can come at a time when Barbados is moving towards a renewable, carbon-neutral society, and people are an important part of that transformation. Addressing the People Development Third Sector Grant Facility and Award Ceremony, Minister Jordan said all measures have to be put in place to ensure young people are able to make the adjustments.
Our birth rate is declining. Women's participation in higher education is increasing. I'm not making a causal link, but I'm sharing two bits of information that you can choose either to keep separate or put together. All that to say that we need to make sure that there can be a balance so that those who want to have children can have children, but also can have the ability to be trained and still have full and meaningful employment, decent work, as we would say. And so this partnership is one that we look forward to working through with BRIA.
Sector Grant Facility is designed to facilitate partnerships with the third sector to allow for the development of citizens, social inclusion, and national development goals through strategic community-based interventions. Under the facility, funding will be offered up to $30,000 for pre-approved proposals to third sector organizations which are advancing sustainable development and people empowerment across the island. This year's awardees are 10 Habitat, Unborn Justice, and the Rotary Club of Barbados South.
Now, the hard work of planning to the three recipients and to BRIA, that hard work of planning is now over. The work of impacts starts now. My ministry will continue to work with you. We will support the implementation, we will monitor outcomes, we will ensure that each project delivers meaningful benefits to the people of Barbados.
Attorney General Dale Marshall says the time has come for the country to take a serious look at how offenders are treated after serving their sentences. Speaking in the House, he stressed that justice must be firm but also humane. Deanza Roberts has a report.
The Attorney General, who is also the Minister of Legal Affairs, is calling on a national shift in our Barbados Street rehabilitated offenders. He made the comments earlier today in the Parliament as he spoke on the Criminal Records Rehabilitation of Offenders Amendment Bill 2025. Marshall told Parliament that in years gone by, former offenders were often only able to secure employment within government, and even then, many remain sidelined.
There was a time when the only place somebody who was charged with an offense or convicted of an offense could get a job was in public works or waterworks. But because they had a criminal record, they had to be treated as casual workers. So the only place they could find an opportunity was within the bosom of government, but even then, the way in which we treated you, the way in which the public service treated you, was to make sure that we let you in, but you know your place. You got to stand down there. You can't get any further than that.
While acknowledging that Barbadians are demanding tougher action to address crime, Marshall maintained that the law must balance firmness with compassion.
While on one hand, we propose and we accept that in some instances, the law must be firm and the penalties must be swift and hard. We also have to answer to that side of our humanity which says that we have to have a capacity for forgiveness where forgiveness is appropriate.
He revealed that criminal records continue to be a major barrier for many job seekers and shared statistics showing a steady rise in the number of persons seeking to have their records expunged over recent years.
Since mid-2021 to now, there have been 246 applications for expungement. 136 were approved. 73 were deferred because the individuals did not have full documentation and so on. In that period, only 22 were denied.
The Attorney General also addressed the ticketing system that is now in place for marijuana offences, describing it as part of the wider reform approach aimed at reducing the long-term impact of minor convictions. Marshall says true justice is not just about punishment, but also about rehabilitation and reintegration. Deanza Roberts, CBC News.
Sports now. Women's football in Barbados is in for a major boost as the Prime Minister's Cup is about to level up. Next year, in its third edition, the tournament could have a female element with a format for women's football. This confirmation from Prime Minister Motley while speaking just before Monday's final.
I salute those who continue to believe that this tournament should be expanded. And I've started to have discussions with the Barbados Football Association's president and the director of our tournament, Mr. Shane Archer, about the possibility of how we can also broaden this to develop and carry to a higher level women's football in Barbados. And I would like to be able to have a component of the Prime Minister's Cup as we go forward that will also involve women's football. So you will hear more from us on that, but the key is to get the development of both women's and men's football to a level where we can start to shine regionally and ultimately internationally.
Let's look at news right now. We'll have more news coming up at 12 noon. Morning Barbados comes back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
The Morning Barbados News is brought to you by Jordan Supermarkets Spend and Eat 2025 competition.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affairs segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources, he'll give you the people. Not only will he equip you with ideas, but he will equip you with favor, as he did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV8, every Sunday at 1:30 p.m., sponsored by Covenant Life Teaching Center.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about Solar Ray, microbiome probiotics, and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
98.1 The One, your number one party station. With an audience from 18 to 40, we keep you engaged, energized, and entertained. Choose 98.1 FM, The One.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely, and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas, I want you to know asking for help is a true sign of strength. It takes real courage to reach out. You can also call Lifeline Barbados if you're worried about loved ones who are struggling and you need advice on how to support them. There's a saying, a problem shared is a problem halved, but not everyone has someone they can confide in. That's why Lifeline Barbados exists, to be there for you or someone you care about during tough times. Save this number. Lifeline Barbados is just a call away. Remember, you can reach out whenever you need to talk.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book?
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
15 minutes now after 7 o'clock as we continue our activism or support of the 16 days of activism against gender-based violence. So we want to hear how the work of the Women of Purpose Ministry really adds to that activism, as we're joined this morning by the founder and director in Jennifer Johnson. Jennifer with one N.
Yes.
There's a long story to that, don't even ask. But good to have you, Jennifer, indeed. And Janet Seed, who is the chairman of the Women of Purpose Ministry. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning,
And
person.
you're wearing your orange, and I'm glad that you're showing your support in this significant way as well.
Thank
You're
you.
about to chastise me.
I wouldn't say anything. Actually, I was looking for a shirt for you.
See what I tell you? And why didn't you find it?
I wasn't sure of the size.
What size do you think I wear?
Large.
Oh, why not you like? I wear medium, as a matter of fact.
Medium,
That's all right,
okay.
though, but a good guess.
Yeah.
And so here we are now. Tell me a little bit about the Women of Purpose Ministry.
Women of Purpose Ministry started July the 7th, 2007. 7 is very significant in my life. And then it became a NGO on the 7th of July, 2010, which says there was a God thing there. Yes. Those are the dates, yes. Definitely. Women of Purpose started because I had gone on a radio program on Starcom, whatever there. And what would have happened is persons started to call after the program, and I realized that there were needs there for persons for food, for counseling, and persons who were abused and so on, the various things that came. So I was advised to make it official and have an NGO. So actually, we still have the radio program, and the radio program, every quarter, we do something on domestic violence. I was on the World Evangelical Alliance Human Trafficking Task Force, so I put in something there on human trafficking. Monthly, we give food bags. Our number is up to about 25 now. And we do back to school program. Back to school could be almost 100 families that we give stuff to. And we are really in the midst of our gifts of purpose, where we give gifts to families, the same families who are on our monthly list, and some others that we contribute to as well. And during the gifts of purpose, what we do, we try to give a gift to the parent. At this time, all the businesses and so on are giving gifts to the children. But the mothers, and we deal with single mothers mostly, the mothers are getting gifts for the children, and they're not getting gifts. So we make a habit of giving gifts to the mothers at this time. They've sacrificed a lot during the year. I don't think we realize the sacrifices that single mothers make, and I don't think we understand the poverty that is out there. I make a fuss every year because the stationery is too expensive. The uniforms are too expensive. So if you have 5, 6 children,
where does the money come
from? One book list this year one book list came to $275. That had nothing to do with the books you had to buy from the school and the hymnal and the games clothes. So it is very expensive. However, I must say the persons on our list are wonderful women. This year, we got this special message. You have helped us to this point. The children are older. Put someone in our place, we can cope. So I don't have to give them food bags every month. Actually, one of the young ladies from one of our families, she sent just 2 days ago, and she said, "You're doing Gifts of Purpose?" I said, "Yes." She said, "We benefited so much from you. We are going to contribute, because all of us are working now. We are going to contribute this year some gifts for children."
And this is important that you've laid it out in the way that you have. The need is great, and there are many women, because women are nurturers.
Yes.
And so regardless of whatever happens, the woman will be self-sacrificial for the mouth she has to feed.
Yes.
And when she finds herself in this, John, I'm coming to you now, because when she finds herself like this, she becomes vulnerable and open to people who want to prey and to use and abuse in so many different ways. So talk to me from where you sit about what the Women of Purpose can do really now to help her readjust herself and her sense of self and her worth.
Well, what we started a few years back was a developmental program. This was a training program, training ground, because it's important for us to help persons to move from where they are at. So we were able to use the resource center. We had persons come in that were able to share of their skills and empower those women not to believe that where they are was their destination, that there was better for them. And in so doing, they were able to educate themselves, they learned a skill, they were able to expand their abilities to start entrepreneurial objectives, do things that will help them to look after themselves financially. And that was very good. Those persons then were able to pass on that knowledge to their children, to other family members, and we thought that that program was excellent. It, however, requires volunteers. It requires persons who can give of their time. So since COVID, we have not run a program, but that is something that is very dear to our hearts, to ensure that we give persons, empower persons to bring change to themselves.
Yeah, indeed, it's important. We oftentimes tend to think, though, that economic independence means that you are free from any challenges.
Not
the
at
money
all.
will take you into places you want to go. But oftentimes there are people, and I'm saying people generally because men also face the same problem, who find themselves in relationships that all the money in the world can't get you away from that fist or that embarrassment or anything like that. And so are you faced with that kind of a challenge as well, where we look at this individual and say, "Yeah, but you're economically well off, yet you have a challenge"? Do you have those kinds of situations?
We do have those kinds of situations, because what I'm finding is that there are, and sometimes we tend to think of status, but there are many single women who have the car, the house, everything, but the emotional. And some of them, actually one young lady, when she spoke to me, and she was saying, "But you always appear so confident." I said, "But you have this position." She said, "But I have low self-esteem." So then I had to take her and deal with her, because we see them, and I'm appealing as a affiliate of NO, that our organizations under NO, that we will realize that we are not just going to the women in the low areas. We tend to think so, and we leave those ladies who are in the offices and in the corporate positions. But a lot of them are walking fancy, but they have low self-esteem. And that is one of the reasons, and I really want to put in this plug here, person. There are too many of them who are appearing needy. So you have the men out there who are targeting them. So he comes and with all the floss and everything, but then you are caught because you do not feel good about yourself. And I want to encourage mothers. I don't know, my parents have been dead over 40 years, but I think that they were tremendous philosophers because they taught us that we were special. You have to teach your children. I am a teacher. I will always be a teacher. I taught in the system for over 43 years. Yes, I know you're the same person. I can see that. Anyway.
See that?
Yes, I watch you every morning, so I know you. I know you. So my thing is, you have to let your children know, and I'm not speaking only of your girls, your boys. Let your boys know that they're handsome, they're important, they are special. One of our key things is, I am special. And we begin all of our sessions with saying, I am special, I am wonderful, I am marvelous, I am fearless. Wow.
Yes. I agree with you. Totally, I agree with you.
Totally, yes.
There's another side to this as well, because the dynamics of society today changed as well.
Yeah.
Where now there are women who are preying on men.
Well,
whether it is for financial gain, emotional torture, and because this is gender-based violence. And sometimes men are also finding themselves in a position of abuse.
Yes.
And I just want to make sure that I put that there on the table too.
No, I know you. I knew you were going to say that.
Well, you know me so well.
Yes, I am watching you. And it is true. Now, for us in Women of Purpose, we always say we are not for men abusing women or women abusing men. One of our tenets there with abuse is that we speak generally to the church, to church people. Now, I don't like to say Christians up front there, because lots of people who go to church are not Christians. What Christians do, church people do not do. Christians follow the word of God and follow Christ. Follow the commandments. Follow all the tenets that are in his word. So there are people who are going to church every Sunday, but they don't follow through on those things. So for us, we speak to churches, church groups, youth camps. We speak to them about domestic violence. God does not like that. God is not for it. And there are persons who will say, well, and the lady said yesterday, and that knocked me. Persons used to say, if you make your bed, lie in it.
Yes.
I have been married for 47 years, person, older than you are. But
I love your eyesight, but thank you.
But my thing there is, I am for marriage.
Yes.
I am for marriage, and at my church, Ellerton, which is an excellent place to be, that is for you.
Yes.
Yes. My thing is, we say marriage is for keeps. However, if you're being abused, and abuse does not necessarily mean the physical. Generally for church people, it may not be physical, but it can be emotional. It can be financial. Because can you imagine, I guess because I was working for myself a long time, this one I can't imagine, that you are giving me money to go to the supermarket, and when I come back, you're taking the list and you're checking off to see
whether you spent the money wisely.
The change.
Pass it back.
Why did you buy this? You know, those are things that are happening. So for us, we need church to understand. We need pastors to understand now. You do not let the wife or the man know that you made the vow, so you have to keep the vow. Where you recognize that it is too much for you, there's an escape.
Woman
may
run
not
away.
necessarily be divorced right away.
Right.
And as you said, truly, there are some women who are not, as one gentleman called from Canada afterward the program, he said, you were talking about all those nice sisters. They are not all nice. His story was that she took his money, she went to Canada, arrived in Canada, but he never knew. Because he sent the money for the ticket, he sent the money for the new clothes she said she wanted and whatever. He didn't even know she went to Canada or whatever. but he never heard from her again. So that was his case. But there are women who do take advantage of men. We are not for that. Right in Women of Purpose or in No, we are not for that. We are for fairness and equality.
Right. Janet, for those watching who are saying, I like the way you all sound, you also a group I want to be a part of, or I want to at least have conversation with you, how can they do so?
Well, Jennifer is our main contact. She is the person who has all the passion for Women of Purpose. So we tell people, you can follow us on our radio program. It comes twice a month on a Monday on 97.5 because we are Christian based. So we use that medium.
Right.
But you can contact us and we will be willing to give you information. We do not meet formally like a club. We do activities. We are more centered on reaching out. So if we are doing a project, we ask you to help us, to partner with us. Right. So like Jennifer said, now it's our Christmas time. We are preparing hampers. We have lots of supporters, the Barbados Registration Department, persons who have partnered with us over the years. But if you want to contact us, I will let Jennifer give you the number, reach out to her, and we will make sure that that contact turns into relationship.
Love it. Jennifer, quickly, what's your number?
Yes, my number is 246-851-9215, and our educational program director, her number is 246-826-7798. Somehow people remember that last number, so I had to call that. That is a number persons call, and then Cheryl will call me.
Yes.
But we are facilitators for some of the other organizations in Now. We help place persons who have to be replaced after they have escaped the home or whatever. We get furniture, we get refrigerators, we furnish them. Yeah. However, we try to get new stuff. To impress on persons, God will give you new stuff.
Yes.
And I'm saying this morning to the women out there who feel, I can't leave all of this. We have dealt with millionaires, women whose husbands were millionaires, and they left everything. And I'm telling you, God returned to them. So where persons are feeling, I was here all of these years, I helped build the house, I helped buy the this and whatever, your life is more important. Your mental health is more important. So you can leave all of that. I guarantee you, I have evidence.
Got you.
That God returns.
Quickly, those numbers again so people don't forget. Area code 246
851-9215, 826-7798.
All right.
Jennifer and Cheryl.
Thank you. Call. The names will answer you. Indeed.
Yes.
Jennifer Johnson, thank you so much for founding and
to
directing
meet you
this.
And your little
My little crew.
And your little crew.
Indeed. And Janet City, the chairman of Women the Women of Purpose Ministry. Thank you so much for the phenomenal work you're doing to help those who find themselves abused.
Yes.
And it's so strange how a relationship can cause all of this.
Yes.
When God developed love, God said God is love.
Yes.
And here we are, we're abusing our relationship with Him. Thank you so much for joining us.
It was a pleasure being with you, sir.
As well. Thank you. We're back in just a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent book you want to share? Then Mornin Barbados would love to feature your book in our The Next Chapter segment. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.bb. That's morning without the G. Come and let us turn those pages together.
Week after week, Scold presents exciting reports and documentaries on the most varied topics of our time. spectacular developments and innovations, lifestyle and trends of tomorrow, mobility and tourism, health news, highlights from art and culture. Each contribution grabs the viewer with extraordinary images and stories and takes him into fascinating worlds which he experiences here exclusively and up close. We're there when companies and specialists develop super satellites for a global network in space and can look behind the scenes. Scold is a window to everything that is there or is yet to come. Fly with us through time to better understand today and tomorrow. You've always wanted that. Scold, a look into the future.
Our world today is not the world God wants it to be. One of the reasons which will surprise many is that our planet, its governments, and its peoples are all living under the weight of Satan's rule. From the beginning of mankind's existence to today, human history is the written record of what it means to live under the rule of the devil. Yet that rule is coming to an end, and what a difference that will make.
Every Sunday at 9 a.m. on CBC TV 8, tune in for Tomorrow's World, sponsored by the Living Church of God.
Some ask, what makes Barbados so special? We at Mornin Barbados say it's you, our exceptional youth. You are talented, resilient, and inspirational. You are the epitome of the Barbadian spirit, testing the boundaries of your creativity. If you are an entrepreneur, artist, baker, designer, author, or have done anything you think should be highlighted, email us at morninbarbados@cbc.bb. Let us show the world our exceptional Bajan youth.
From the beautiful shores of the gem of the Caribbean, Barbados, home of the amazing Harrison's Cave, the tantalizing Oystins Bay Garden, our historic garrison, the indigenous road tennis, and the friendliest people in the world. We are 94.7 FM, the ultimate Bajan experience.
Take CBC everywhere you go. Just one click to www.cbc.bb and you can watch TV8 live or listen to your favorite radio station. Enjoy the energy of 98.1 FM, quality talk and music on Q100.7 FM, and the great vibes of 94.7 FM. Go now to cbc.bb. Log on, stay on, be informed, and be entertained.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan.
Morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
It is, as you know, today the International Day of People with Disabilities, and so we're looking at how we foster a more inclusive society that lends to them being active participants of this society as well. And so joining me now, I think, is a story we need to hear. There's a lot we can learn from it indeed, because sitting next to me is Terry Hunt. Terry Hunt is visually impaired. He was not always visually impaired, but he's been doing some phenomenal work in our community, and I can't wait to share with you what he's been doing. And with him is our change maker, our good friend, Cecilia Nablet-Brathwaite. Cecilia, good morning to you as well.
Good morning, Pearson.
Terry, how are you doing?
Good morning, sir. I'm doing great.
And you're not just saying that, you mean that?
I'm feeling that.
How do you...
That's an expression from within.
Mm-hmm. What makes you feel so great today?
Because God gave me a second chance. He woke me up this morning, and I'm grateful for that opportunity to be here as well, to share my story.
Do you see your visual impairment as a second chance as well?
Yes, please.
So talk to me a little bit about how you became blind in the first place.
Well, this whole situation happened suddenly. Well, I had an operation that wasn't successful. You know, I went in expecting better results, but it wasn't successful, so I ended up here in this situation.
Going into that operation, you walked in there, you said, okay, fine, do what you have to do, because you were actively involved in doing. What were you working, what did you do for a job?
Well, I was a minibus driver for 25 years of my life.
For 25 years, you were driving the minibus. And so you had a full life doing all the things that sighted people do, having friends and family and everything else, and just enjoying it. And then one day, all of that came to blackness for you.
Yes, please.
How did you deal with that emotionally and mentally, that change?
Well, what happened when I went back after the surgery, when I went back for the review, and the doctor said he thought he could fix the situation, I broke out in tears. And from then, the depression started, the frustration. And it led to just crying, and it even led me to attempted suicide on 2 occasions. And God has placed an angel in my life that just turned up on this given day before I made the decision. I had rope tied up into my bedroom to put around my neck. And he sent that lady, a wonderful lady that morning, to make sure that I didn't follow through.
So your angel came.
Yes, please.
And your angel said, stop, God loves you.
Yes, please.
God sees in you a lot of value still. And so that began for you an opportunity for you to change your thinking.
Yes, please.
And to see that the world didn't come to an end. It is not darkness. There's still a lot that you can do. And so what did you decide to do?
Well, what happened from then, my aunt that resides in England, she had sent me something via WhatsApp on YouTube. So while scrolling, I clicked on the preacher by the name of T.D. Jakes. And every time I clicked on him, he would be preaching to me. He preaching on depression and frustration and saying that God loves you, there's a second chance. So I started to listen, and it started to inspire me to turn more to God. And that is what brought me back on my feet today.
What do you do now?
Well, I try to get involved in a lot of things. I do a little farming, I do some carpentry, I cook for myself, I wash, I clean. I have this mindset now that if I can't get it done, it can't be done.
I like your mindset. I agree with that. If I can't get it done, it can't be done. If I could think it, it is possible. And so, are you totally blind or partially blind?
Well, at first I could have seen a little out of my right eye, but now it's just light and dark.
So you can't even see my face right now?
No, I don't.
Do you know what I look like? Just out of curiosity.
I think I saw you before, but I can't remember at this moment.
So how many years has it been now you've been with this disability?
Well, this is going into my 4th year.
4th year. All right. But you also run a canteen, right?
Well, no.
What is it?
Before, I had a canteen in the minibus terminal. That was before COVID. But COVID came and shackled out everything. But after that, I had built a mobile canteen with one eye, because I built this canteen with my eye being blurry. So I was barely able to see the measuring tape at the time, but I was persistent and determined. And I completed that task, but that was before. But now, right now, I was wondering how I would be able to still get the job done. But what I did with the time available build confidence mentally. So what happened is, as you know, finances would be a little difficult. So I received a quartz card. So I activated it, and I used the card to buy some lumber. So I started 3 weeks ago to design and build this other mobile canteen. The first one was built on a Suzuki van chassis, which I cut off the cab, and I used the whole chassis to build the first canteen. And as I speak, a friend of mine has that, he's going to sell some food, so he's going to rent it from me. So what I did, I said I want to do another one for myself. So I started 3 weeks ago, and I'm halfway.
Well done.
And this wonderful young lady side of me, she came by me and she saw it, and she said, "This is excellent, you need to showcase this."
Yeah. And so Cecilia, here we are. The change maker in you saw this, and you saw what this man is doing beyond whatever he's facing at the same time. Talk to me a little bit about where it is now, what you have seen, and so we can get to see it ourselves, and what else can we do to help Terry?
It was an interesting story how I met Terry, actually. I met him, I think he called in on a radio program to speak about his plight. And I received a call from someone saying, "Cecilia, can you please help him?" I said to them, "This is not really my job, but I will try." And when I called Terry, I told him I can only help you during my lunch hour. So I tried to see how best I can. You know, he was not living in really good conditions at that time. They were really horrible. So I said, I'll try. I I said, "Lord, please go before me. Whoever I call, let them be receptive and let them be understanding. I know that we are overwhelmed in the social services with persons every day, thousands of persons seeking assistance. But I just want you to just answer this one for me." And I called the Urban and Rural Development Commission, and a lady called Miss Thompson. She answered, and I told her about the situation, but I already had my pictures. So she didn't have to just take the time to go all the way to City Hall. I had everything there for her. Whenever she wanted, I had pictures so she could see that I was serious. He really needed help. And she said, "I'm going to help you." And I said, "You promise?" And she said, "Yes, Cecilia, I'm a lady for my word." And about in 2 months, there's a new brand structure erected there. It's Christmas. The roof is we're just waiting for the roof. And I'm really thankful to the Rural and Urban Development and that one person just keeping their promise so that Terry can have a beautiful new home, you know, that he can probably spend Christmas in, hopefully. So I said, you know what? You must not only have this beautiful home, you must be able to support yourself in some way. So I saw the mobile canteen, and I told him, let's try to market it. Now, what I want to do too is ask the Samuel Jackman Prescott Institute, Vocational Training Board, and TVET Council, sometimes when they have persons doing internship, if they could do internship at, for example, at Terry's home where he's doing some carpentry, but he is unable to always see the stuff that he needs to measure. And what about having young people come to assist him with his carpentry, doing an internship program so they can learn how to work with the disabled, and in turn, Terry can also receive some assistance with his project. So this is what basically I'm trying to do, is let persons know about the canteen. It's a mobile canteen where you can push your wares, you can push your stuff. It's like the Legends Fish Kids canteen. You can go around, take it around, and it's very well designed. So just give him a chance so that, you know, he can provide for himself.
I really want people to give him the chance. So how can they contact him or contact you?
They can call 823-1113, or Terry can give you his number.
So 823-1113,
yes.
Or Terry?
282-8237.
282-8237. That's Terry's number. Terry is independent. Terry is not allowing his visual impairment to stop him from being an active, meaningful contributor to society and developing self at the same time. Terry has not given up because God has not given up on him. And so God has inspired him to use what he still has, because God is going to guide him and lead him in the right path. God is going to help you with your measurements, Terry. Promise you on that one. God is going to see your project full to completion. God is going to put that roof on your property to allow you to have a Merry Christmas and to be like his son who came to make a difference. You're making that difference, Terry. I want to encourage all Barbadians watching to help Terry make the difference. There were wise men and shepherds and other people who took the good news. And so we want to take this good news of Terry, his name is Terry Hunt, to the rest of the world and see how we can help Terry Hunt become a guiding light in his community because he's intent on doing so. And so to Terry, I wish you Merry Christmas. I hope you finish your project real. You want to say something?
Yes, please. I want to say something, please. I want to say happy birthday to my son, who would be celebrating his 11th birthday. His name is Dejani Hall. He's a student at St. Albans Primary. Happy birthday, son. Daddy loves you. And I want to say a special good morning to my team. I'm also a part of the Barbados Buying Cricketers. And I'm saying good morning to them as well.
I like the fact that you remembered your son. Terry, that moves me beyond tears, boy. That is fantastic. I love it when a daddy connects with his son. And you've just shown to me you're a phenomenal man. And I like that. I want people to help you. So, folks, again, the numbers to call Cecilia?
823-1113.
Or Terry?
282-8237.
Let's make Terry's life easier for him. He's already showing his initiative to do so. We want to journey with him on this one. I encourage you to do so as well. Thank you both. And all the best.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome.
Have a good day.
Morning Barbados is back in a moment.
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
There is a saying, you can find a Bajan anywhere. Are you a Bajan living abroad? Or do you know of one who has migrated to another country? Well, we at Mornin Barbados would love to have you or them on our Bajan Affair segment. Share your amazing stories, experiences, and how you have adapted to a new culture. Send us an email to morninbarbados@cbc.vb, and together we will travel the world.
God will not give you a job. God will not call you to do something and then not give you the capacity to have it, to make it happen. He will give you the resources. He'll give you the people. Not only will he equip you with ideas, but he will equip you with favor, as he did Nehemiah.
Turn on the latest episode of Infinite Possibilities, only on CBC TV8, every Sunday at 1:30 p.m., sponsored by Covenant Life Teaching Center.
Welcome to Nature's Discount, the ultimate health food store. At Nature's Discount, we have thousands of quality products at great prices.
Hi guys, Dottie here with Nature's Discount, and today we are talking about Solar Ray microbiome probiotics and why you should be taking them.
And we have well over 3,000 amazing products to help you get healthy.
For your health tips, tune in to CBC TV8 every Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday for Nature's Discount, sponsored by Get Healthy Incorporated.
98.1 The One, your number one party station. With an audience from 18 to 40, we keep you engaged, energized, and entertained. Choose 98.1 FM, The One.
Hey there, it's Mahalia. I want to share something that might be really helpful. If you're feeling anxious, overwhelmed, depressed, or lonely, and have no one to talk to, call Lifeline Barbados. We all face struggles at times in our lives. You're not alone. There's no need to feel ashamed or embarrassed. It's okay to reach out for support. Lifeline Barbados is completely confidential. No one else will know you called. They're there to offer a caring ear and guidance without judgment. And fellas, I want you to know asking for help is a true sign of strength. It takes real courage to reach out. You can also call Lifeline Barbados if you're worried about loved ones who are struggling and you need advice on how to support them. There's a saying, a problem shared is a problem halved, but not everyone has someone they can confide in. That's why Lifeline Barbados exists. to be there for you or someone you care about during tough times. Save this number. Lifeline Barbados is just a call away. Remember, you can reach out whenever you need to talk.
Books open your heart, your mind, and your soul. They are educational, entertaining, inspiring, and motivating. Are you an author of a recent
Morning, morning, morning. Good morning. Good morning to you.
Would you believe it? There's a papaya training workshop on. You sit here and say, we should just throw the seed in the backyard and they will grow and let it grow. So be it. But there's a training workshop for that hosted by ICA. And so we want to talk a little bit more about that. Right now we're joined by Damien Hines, who is the National Program Technical Officer with ICA. Morning, Damien. Fayaz Shah, who is the Manager of Science, Technology and Innovation at Cardiff, based in Trinidad. Fayaz, good to see you.
Good morning.
And Jesse Jarvis, who's an agronomist with the Caribbean Chemicals, also in Trinidad. Gentlemen, morning all.
Good morning.
And so, why the workshop, Damien?
Well, a couple years ago, around 2021, some farmers approached the Ministry of Agriculture expressing interest in resuscitating the industry. You may know that we were wonderful growers of pawpaw in the 80s, early 90s, and then bungee top disease came in, the virus came in and kind of wiped it out, and the production has been declining since then. But we recognize coming out of COVID that this is an opportunity for economic diversification. As I said, the farmers have expressed interest. We know that we can grow pawpaw because we have done it already. So the plan is to see if we could get back to the heyday, those days of the 80s, 90s, where we have a lot more pawpaw consumed in Barbadian homes, in the hotels as well, and potentially let's see if we could even export some.
We love a pawpaw.
Yeah.
The Caribbean love a pawpaw. And there's so many benefits to eating and consuming the pawpaw.
Yeah.
And so, Fayaz, where you sit as a Manager of Science, Technology and Innovation with Cardi, what do you see as the potential of pawpaw and the threats if we don't get it right?
Yeah, so the potential exists here for import displacement of papaya in Barbados. I think there's a big opportunity to include papaya not only as a fresh fruit, but in many processed products. All of the fruit punches served at the hotels, papaya can be a really good base for it, and there's a big opportunity there. In terms of the threats, of course, that dreaded disease, the bungee top disease, is a challenge, but I think the technology exists. In some of the other countries, in Puerto Rico, in Trinidad, in Cuba, where farmers are able to manage the disease properly. And, we are here to basically transfer some of those practices together with ICA, together with the Ministry of Agriculture. And, this is a starting point for making a successful industry.
And this is where you come in, Jesse, because you also offer products that can help advance what we're talking about here. So talk to me about what is out there so that farmers understand it's not a case of cut down the tree because you just want to get rid of the bungee top.
Oh yes, so we come in actually with, I would say, specialized innovative solutions for plant protection and nutrition, which is also key. And we try to also, sensitize stakeholders, farmers, on some of the non-chemical approaches as well, which are essential for, the entire operation to be sustainable. All right, we have, beneficial non-target organisms, insects, that help with also pest control and just overall sustainable production. So we are here to sensitize farmers on the best, inputs that are effective for a sustainable approach to, managing all these pest and disease problems we have that adversely affect papaya.
You kept flashing in my face a couple of things in your hand. What are those?
Oh yeah. So as I mentioned, innovation. We have actually, we are introducing, it's already here in Barbados, a biostimulant. It's like a specialized nutritional supplement for plants that are affected by viruses, many of them which are common, including a popular virus that affects papaya known as the papaya ring spot virus. And what this is in a nutshell, it's organic, all natural, I would say in simple terms, inducing complex for the plant. So it switches on the plant immune system.
And the other one?
This is a variety of papaya that is well known throughout the region for very strong tolerance to some of the common diseases that plague papaya.
Okay. I got you. And so, Damien, today I know you're going on a tour of farms around the island to take a look at what's happening.
Yeah, exactly. Well, we have the experts here, so we want to go in the field, get some insights as to what some of the challenges are, so that they can get on the spot advice as to how they can remedy what you're saying. Now, again, you mentioned the rain, so we are hopeful to get to 2 to 3 farms before the day closes. So,
but the workshop ends when?
Today. Today's the last day. So
day.
we actually had a technical session yesterday where we had presentations from Cardi, from Caribbean Chemicals, from the University of West Indies. So yeah, today is where we gather in the field to actually see where some of the
and apply a lot
issues.
of learning.
Yeah,
I got you, gentlemen. This is brilliant. I mean, we love to consume papaya, you know, and so I really hope that the farmers open up their farms so you come see and engage, and I hope that a lot of meaning comes from the workshop as well. I wish you well. You wanted to say
I just wanted to say that you could be assured, the farmers of Barbados can be assured that the research is or has started, both looking at tolerant varieties against the bunch-it-up disease that the ministry is leading, and Cardi together with ECA, we are also evaluating organic pesticides and a rotation of an IPM program that can help in managing this disease.
Right, the future looks bright for papaya.
And we're working collaboratively, right? So we have the ministry, ECA, CARD,
I got you.
University of
Got
West
you, my
Indies, a lot
brother.
of agencies, private sector involved as well.
Everybody's involved,
working
even us, the
together.
consumers.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Damien Hines of ECA, Fayaz Shah of Cardi, and Jesse Jarvis of Caribbean Chemicals Trinidad. Gentlemen, all the best with this project as you go, and safe travel as you make your way around the farms today. We're under flood watch. All right. That's it for today, everybody. I thank you so much for joining us. My little crew joins me in saying to all of you, have a lovely today. Be it the will of the Lord. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. Barbados, get up. Good morning, Barbados, good morning.